everybody, welcome back to the podcast. So I realised that in my late age, I'm past going out on a Saturday night and getting drunk with my mates. Instead, I thought I'd invite one of my mates onto the podcast to have a little chat. So with that said, let me introduce one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Retired Twitch streamer, podcast host, Chris. How's it going, mate?
Very well. That was very, very nice of you, Dan. I like to think I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Maybe not the nicest guy you've ever met, but I do my best.
He is. He's a lovely guy. But yeah, we've been mates a long time, and I don't actually know what you did on social media.
Fair.
So what did you do?
Yeah. So I would say I was a bit of a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Started 2017.
Yeah. What was your name?
Grk God Gaming, Grk God Gaming. I know,
Okay.
a bit ironic.
Yeah.
I just took it from my my Xbox gamer tag.
Yeah.
It was Grk God 92.
Yeah.
So I dropped the 92 and had the gaming on.
Definitely.
But yeah, I did that for a little while and did other things. But yeah, I would say social media presence definitely came from that.
Yeah. So Greek, are you Greek?
Yeah. Kind of gives it away a little bit, doesn't it?
This is just a random name that you got. So yeah, you're streaming. So what sort of streaming did you do? Like gaming?
Yeah. So I fancied myself as a bit of a FIFA player.
Yeah.
Dabbled in esports a little bit, represented a team for a period. But I was definitely more of a comedic streamer than like a proper professional esports player.
Yeah.
So for me, it was about making people laugh. And
So you lost a lot, is what you're saying?
I invested a lot of money to try not to lose, but
Oh, so it's Ultimate Team.
Yes.
Ultimate Team a lot and open the packs.
exactly that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that.
Oh, fair play. Did it
Yeah.
pay off at all? Did you reap any benefits of it?
Yeah, some.
Yeah.
Some.
Did you get any good players?
Oh yeah, so I think Ultimate. For those of you who don't know what Ultimate Team is, it's essentially where you open packs
Yeah.
or play games to get a currency, which you can then build a team around. There's a transfer market.
So trading cards, but you can play with the players.
Exactly, and you have the current players, and then you have retired players.
Yeah.
And they call them icons.
Yeah.
So I think by November, so 2 months of the game being out, I had 11 icons.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is
And nothing in your bank.
correct. Yes. So yeah, I took an interesting route.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
So, did you always like football as a kid? Did you have a background in football at all?
Yeah.
Grew up watching it and playing it?
Yeah. Well, I'm a Chelsea season ticket holder. I've had it since 2004.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I could say I never had a choice really. I was brainwashed by my father. He says he put 92 names in a hat.
Yeah.
What he didn't tell me was they all said Chelsea on. So I didn't really have much of a choice.
No.
But I've seen a lot of success over the past
fair
20
play.
years. So yeah, happy.
What's your best memory of watching Chelsea? Is it huge games?
Yeah. Well, God.
I think you mentioned before you went to Munich.
Yes. So we had the best and worst experience of my life was in Munich.
Best and worst.
Yeah. The reason why that is we couldn't actually get tickets for our season tickets.
Right.
So we decided to spend €7,000 on 7 tickets in Munich. So we bought these on the Friday, the game being on the Saturday.
Yeah.
We're all super excited and we can't wait. So we're walking up to the Allianz Arena, we're playing Munich, in the final of the Champions League. And we get there to find out our tickets aren't real.
Oh my god.
So we spent €7,000.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I watched the game in the hostel.
Because you couldn't afford a hotel after that, I'm guessing.
No, we had hotels. But
Oh, okay.
Hotel
We're going to a hostel. We can't afford a hotel now.
We were just scraping around trying to find any other screen that was showing the football.
Yeah.
And the first place we seen was a hostel.
Oh, fair play.
My father and a couple of the others went back to the apartment where we were staying, and they managed to get it on there because they were so angry they just wanted to watch it in peace.
Yeah.
Whereas me and a couple of the younger ones were like, no, we're going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a night out in Munich, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we had a few.
How was Munich? I've been to Munich for half an hour. I got a train to Austria from there, so I haven't really seen much of it. I had a pint though. They're like that tall.
The Steins, yeah. They're definitely not a pint, are they?
Pint.
How was it? Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like, it was a weird experience because obviously we had such disappointment from the tickets.
Yeah.
To put it into perspective, my father, up until that point, went to every single Chelsea Cup final in 40 years.
Wow.
That was the first one he missed.
One of them.
We've been to quite a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first one he's ever missed.
So have you done a lot of travelling for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there have been times you've actually been able to watch
that's
them.
the only one. That's the only one.
Yeah, fair play. So, right, light-hearted question for you. Gosh. Yeah. Right, just like a little icebreaker.
Yeah.
So, let's say you're 70.
Yeah.
You've got your grandkids around you, and they ask you, "Granddad, what's the naughtiest thing you did as a kid?" Now you want to tell them, but you can't because they're your grandkids. So it might be a little bit embarrassing.
I have done a few naughty things in my time.
But we got to keep it kind of PG for the podcast at the same time.
I once went on a stag do.
Yeah.
To a club called Stringfellows.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Stringfellows?
No, where's that to?
It's in Soho in London.
Yeah.
It's an adult entertainment.
Okay.
Trying
way
to
of
keep
saying.
PG.
Yeah.
In other words, it's a strip club.
Yeah.
And it was I was only 17 at the time, so I was really lucky to be able to get in there. And we had a 3-course meal. It was really nice, but everyone gets a voucher for a dance.
Yeah.
And those types of clubs, the women, like, they do eventually dress down.
Yeah.
And I decided to put their underwear in my pocket and not give it back.
God.
That being said, we had 35 security guards chase a party of 50 of us out of the venue. So yeah, I probably wouldn't be telling my grandkids that.
Yeah, but that's a decent story. So yeah, I think every guest I'm going to have on, I'm going to ask that question. Yeah. I'm not sure many are going to top it, if I'm honest.
Well, I like to hold the landmark there then.
Yeah, perfect. Right, so let's go back to Twitch then. Cool. So where did it start? Like how did you did you always want to do it, or
right? So
what year did you do it again?
I started in 2017.
Yeah.
I say that I probably tried to do a few things like on YouTube and stuff like before.
Yeah,
I was a lot younger. Dabbled in it. Yeah, never serious. Bit of a weird story. So I've always wanted to be like a TV presenter or host or something like that. I love entertaining and I love making people laugh. So I used to watch a lot of Twitch back in the day. I used to love my FIFA and that was my main game. And anyway, bit of a sad story, but I had a mutual friend that passed away, Jason Westcott.
Yeah, Jason, yeah.
Died at 22, I was 23 at the time.
Yeah. And
it really, really hit me hard to the point that...
That was in 2015, wasn't it?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
It really hit me hard. Like I did go into like deep depression years down the line, but at that point, like I couldn't laugh, I couldn't smile and whatever.
Yeah.
I think after about 3 weeks of Jason passing away, I put on probably at the time my favourite streamer, a guy called Castro 1021. He's the biggest FIFA streamer in the world. Yeah. And he just made me laugh. Yeah. And I felt so like almost relieved because it's the first time I laughed in 3 weeks. Yeah. And I just thought, wow, this is amazing. And roll on. So your
mini half an hour escape.
It was a release. It was a release. Mm-hmm. 2 years, a year and a half later, a year later, I had my niece was born. Yeah. She was born very premature. So she was actually born 15 weeks premature. Wow. So, the doctors were brilliant. Like, they battled for 7 months. But after the 7 months, it come, unfortunately, she went to a better place. Wow.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
It's actually funny enough. Thursday was a 5-year memorial. Yeah.
God, but it's horrendous to even think about. So I can't imagine. Yeah. It was your sister.
Strongest person in the world.
Yeah. Fair play to her. Well done to her.
But anyway, I was in that same hole again where I just couldn't laugh and whatever. Yeah. So I did the only thing that I knew worked last time was to put Castro on. Yeah. And it worked again. And I was just like, wow, like this keeps working. Yeah. So anyway, I had a really good job at the time. I was travelling around. I worked for this Japanese technology company. It was amazing. Yeah. And I thought to myself, I've always wanted to stream, right? Yeah. Why don't I get into it? I thought about it, I put it down, I thought about it and I put it down.
Procrastinated. Yeah, I can't use that word, but yeah.
And then all of a sudden...
I'm exactly the same with YouTube. That's why I've taken all this time to start this. Like, I've been in and out of YouTube over the years, and I've always watched YouTubers. Like, I'd love to do that, but I was just always a watcher.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just going to go for it myself now. So yeah, sorry, carry on.
No. The crazy thing is I never actually had a Twitch account. So I always used to watch Twitch, but never had an account. Never typed in a chat, never understood anything. So anyway, a friend of mine who I worked with, he was like one of our engineers. So I only ever met him once every like 3-4 months, like bumped into him. And he goes, I'm going to be doing a charity live stream. Do you want to do it with me?
Yeah.
So anyway, at the time, FIFA, we're talking like, I think it was end of August, beginning of September. The new FIFA wasn't out yet. So FIFA dies like 3 or 4 months before, especially Ultimate Team. You have the team of the season, which is normally at the end of the season.
People stop spending because the new one's going to come out.
Exactly. So there's a game called PlayerUnknown Battleground.
Right.
PUBG, people call it. And
I downloaded that, but I never played it because I didn't understand what it was.
Yeah, well,
and it was probably insane. But
yeah, it was brilliant at the time. It had its place, right? So we decided to do a 24-hour live stream for Macmillan Cancer, and we did it live on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know, raised some real great money for the charity. And I thought, you know what? I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. And I decided, I think it was a week later, the new FIFA came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to stream this on Twitch.
Yeah. Fair play.
Yeah. And that's like...
So that would mean what, FIFA 18?
18, yeah. So that's how it started.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it was a great thing. And my driver was Castro Made Me Smile was my release.
Yeah.
If I could help other people.
Yeah.
That was my drive.
Yeah, I mean, when you start off, like, you're making an income from it.
No.
You're doing it out of the love of it. So, like, how did you see any success from it?
Yeah. So, I, in a sense, blew up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting. I kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
So, the guy that really, like I say, I've mentioned him 3 times now. Castro was the guy that really, like, made me want to do it. He actually, on Twitch, there's something called hosting and raiding.
Right.
So what this means is at the end of their stream, they can send all their viewers.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Which is really nice because it
send
keeps
them over to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm 2 weeks into streaming, right? I'm
2 weeks.
2 weeks into streaming, right? And I've got this terrible PC.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, it's probably at 30 frames a stream. It was awful. And all of a sudden, it just come up in the screen saying Castro 1021 has hosted you for 16,500 viewers.
You're like, and I was about to go to bed.
Yeah, I was like, what has happened? I'm like, Castro, is this real? Has someone hacked my stream?
Yeah.
Like, and then all of a sudden, like the notification alerts, because you have live notifications. Follower. I'm like, what? And all of a sudden the music starts to lag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, what's happening? And then the stream dies.
Oh God.
So my PC is just like packed up. It's like, I can't handle it. So I was like, guys, I'll be back in a minute. I managed to turn off the stream, turn it back on. Luckily I've saved it. And at that point I had about 1,000 viewers still left.
Wow.
And I did, all of a sudden in the chat, it was donation. And I was like, these aren't real.
Yeah.
Because I've never set up a donation before. So I got, he's a really good friend now, but he was a moderator of the channel, a guy called Tickle Me. I
love that. Like when you talk about like social media people, everyone's got like the dumbest names.
Elias, isn't it? A weird name.
Yeah.
But he, in the background, fair play to him, he was, for me it was love, wasn't it? I did it because I wanted to make people happy and help people. But he's gone away and set up like a donation page, right, on the bottom of it. So all of a sudden I'm getting these donations. I'm like, yeah, guys, you lot are funny. Anyway, by the end of the stream, I realised I had like £750 donated, right? And I was like, what? For 2 hours work?
That's insane.
So, like...
2 seconds, we're going to just set up a Twitch stream.
Yeah, I'll raise you.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it was like pretty crazy, right? And then it just continues. So where I would have 3 or 4 viewers, like probably friends, my iPhone or whatever, to I then would turn on my stream and have 50 viewers.
Yeah.
Literally just like that after 2 weeks. Next minute, I got an email from Twitch to say you become an affiliate. Please sign up here, which means then people can subscribe to you, which is different to YouTube. To subscribe to somebody,
it's like
you pay $4.99 a month, and then the streamer would receive half of that, and the company would receive the other half. And then you could receive bits, which is Twitch's currency. So, for example, 10,000 bits is $100, right?
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
So I was really quick. After 2 weeks of streaming, I was able to get my affiliate.
That's crazy. And people would spend like 6 months, a year trying to get this.
And then all of a sudden, I'd have 50 viewers, 100 viewers, 150 viewers, 500 viewers, 10,000 viewers. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I was making so much money.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was working. So, funny story, I was working for the same company, the Japanese technologies company, called Roland. All of a sudden, I got made redundant.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, I was probably making more money from streaming than I was from my job. So I never forget this. My parents were so like, they're so old-fashioned that you can't earn money from the internet, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, my dad's the same.
Yeah, and I never forget it. I get home, I am bawling, and I couldn't believe I got made redundant. Like, to put it into perspective, I turn up for work. At the end of the day, I get called into a meeting, and they say, Chris, hand over your company car keys. Hand over your mobile phone. Yeah, there's a taxi outside waiting for you. Don't go back into the office. We've got your stuff here. We're really sorry.
How do you deal with that? Like you've gone through all the downs, like with Jason and then your niece, and then this. Then you start going up a bit, and then just.
Well, I think it really bothered me. And then I get home, this taxi drops me from Clevedon to Weston, where the office was. Yeah. And I get home, and I go into my mum and dad, I've got my family, my relatives around as well. And I was just like, oh my God. And they said, what's happened? And I told them, and they just go, well, the good thing is you can focus on Twitch now and do that full time.
Oh, really?
And I was like, did my parents just say that? This is a miracle. Thank the Lord. So, I really, at this point, became obsessed. Yeah. And I was like, it went from doing it for the love to this is actually an income now. Yeah. And I started associating with a lot of the American streamers, and I've become a big part of a friendship group. So what people may or may not know, when you're not streaming, you're still active. So what this means is you have to be in other people's streams. Or it might be that you're in a video call with another streamer trying to plan what you're going to do for the next stream.
You're just working hours and hours and hours behind the scene.
Yeah. So went to the point where I was actually streaming probably 10 hours a day. Yeah. But I was active 22 hours a day. So I wasn't sleeping. To the point, I never forget it. One day, my mother's woke up from me shouting and screaming at 4 a.m. because I had 150 viewers and I was trying to entertain. Yeah. Wake up to bring me a coffee at 4 o'clock in the morning. So they were in a room next to me.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. And you can pop up a picture like here. Yeah. But there's pictures of me where you can see my bags under my eyes are so bad. Well, I haven't slept for 3 weeks. That's because I'm so obsessed.
Yeah. It's crazy how much you torture yourself. Yeah. But you don't notice until either somebody points it out to you, or you see yourself in the mirror, or whatever, because you're so hooked on what your passion is, maybe, or it's now a job. Yeah. But I literally just uploaded a video onto my YouTube channel saying that I need to take the pressure off myself a little bit because I'm working 10, 12-hour days, and then I come out here. It's now 9:25. We're doing this. I'd come out here on my own, and then I look at the time. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got to get up at 7 for work, and I'm exhausted, and it's I need to also help my wife out with our son. So I know that if I just went for it, my health would just decline.
And that's what I noticed. Right. I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes after it.
Really?
I was really white. I was white as a ghost. Because I had my 2 spotlights on all the time, my curtains were down, so I'd never seen sunlight.
Yeah.
I'd never seen my parents were like, Chris, just go for a swim or something, or go for a walk. And I was like, can't. Yeah. I can't.
I got to put the camera back on.
I would literally be like to the point where I'm falling asleep on stream. Like I'm literally rocking.
That's crazy.
But that's the worst thing that can happen. Like, you have to be strict and you have to say to yourself, you'll do your 4 or 5 hours stream and that's it. Yeah. Like, what I did was unhealthy and you will see a rapid decline.
Yeah.
And that's what I noticed. I realised I was so tired. My standard of gameplay and entertainment was never as good as what it was when I started.
Yeah.
And was doing it for the love of it.
Yeah.
So to overcompensate, I started spending loads of money on the game. Because
right.
I thought, I can't be as funny because I'm too tired. I'm a bit emotional because I'm so tired. I'm drained. I'm physically exhausted. I'm losing games. So I just opened packs on FIFA.
Yeah.
That will keep the viewers there.
No, keep the viewers there and hopefully I can pack Ronaldo or Messi.
Exactly. Have a great reaction, all of a sudden. And I started to lose a love of it because it wasn't what I wanted to do.
What's crazy as well, just for a second, like, I understand that when you're making like YouTube videos, and like I just said, like I can like be editing and then I'll be, oh my god, it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I can be dressed in whatever I want. I can look however. But Twitch is live. Like if people don't know, Twitch is live streaming for that amount of time.
Yeah.
That's insane. You must be just switched on constantly. That it must be impossible to switch off and back on again in such a small window. Like if you I'm going to go to bed now for 2 hours, and then back up. There we go. Hi everyone.
It's crazy.
It's draining as hell. I can imagine.
And I said to you earlier, didn't I? The luxury of just a video, you can go back and edit something.
Yeah.
You can't do that on Twitch.
Yeah, if you're exhausted, you haven't, you're not eating properly, you're not sleeping properly, and you're live, and you get annoyed and you say something you don't mean. Yeah. That's there forever. That's it. you can't go back.
I never forget once I had a 24-hour suspension on the channel because somebody put a link in the chat. I was quite new to it, and I opened it, and it was like a pornographic link.
Oh God!
And obviously, the Twitch mods see it, shut you down straight away. You get a warning. That's it. They shut your channel down. I was like, I'm really sorry, and they're like, don't open links on your stream unless you know what it is. Get a moderator to check it. So I learned really quickly. Yeah,
that 24-hour ban, you had a nice sleep.
So, like, I was earning great money from Twitch, but I wanted to make sure I stayed relevant and stayed current. So. Majority of the stuff I earned from Twitch, I went on FIFA packs. Yeah. Or I was investing in other streamers, so I would donate to others. Not to return the favour, but just so people knew I still had a presence in the community. Yeah. And of course, then you start spending a lot more money because you have a lot less energy. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, come January, I'm getting phone calls to my house saying, HSBC, you haven't paid your credit card bill off and stuff like this. And turned out in 1 year, between end of September when FIFA came out to January, I spent £10,000 on FIFA packs.
That is great.
And all of the money I earned from Twitch, I put back into Twitch. Yeah. Bought my PC, bought this, bought that. So technically, I haven't worked since September. I've been streaming full time. Yeah. And the only thing I've got to show for it is £10,000 of debt. Haven't had no sleep, been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and I literally just look a mess. Yeah. Christ. So at that point, I was like,
I'm calling this a day.
This is it. Like, I had an amazing ride. It was so short. It felt like that. It was so quick. Yeah. But like, I can bet your bottom dollar people would chop their left nut off to have 10,000 views on a stream after a month of doing it, like 2 weeks of doing it. Yeah. I'd done it so quick. I'd got what I wanted out of it. Yeah. I never forget. I look back at my Twitter messages and I had like an unread message from this guy, and he basically messaged me saying, Chris, I've been going for a really tough time, or Grk God, I've been going for a really tough. I just want to say I love your streams and it's a real release for me.
So you've just done what?
I've completed it.
Yeah. So how you felt before?
I've done it with someone else. I've replicated it.
That's incredible.
And I was just like, that's me done. Like, I'm gonna go back.
Was it refreshing to like step away from it? Was it like, whoa? So God, I'm out of that storm of like just.
In a way, it was a right decision at the time.
Did it take you a while to, like, as you said, you got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and did it take you a long time to like Like, are you healthier now? Like,
yeah, oh yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not diabetic. Like type 2 can be reversed.
Yeah.
I reversed it really quickly, which is
Good.
great. Absolutely fine now.
Yeah.
Currently on the keto lifestyle.
Get
so
you.
no carbs, no sugar.
Go on.
Not quite in the gym yet, but nearly.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I look back at it and I feel I had an amazing journey. I kind of resented it, and I think I had a lot going on in my life for the past the 3 years previous to that with Jason and my niece, and I realised I became a person that like I didn't recognise myself.
Yeah.
So I kind of fell into depression after, because I felt like I've lost Jason, I've lost my niece, I've then lost my Twitch career, like everything, and I went into depression. I went into a bit of a hole, and I got some counselling, and after 6 months, a year, I was fine, like better than I ever felt.
Yeah.
Like honestly, better than I ever felt. But I needed to come out of it, and although I was like, no, this is going to work. It's just an investment. Trust me, it's going to work.
Yeah, yeah.
When you look back, it was just a downward slope.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to look at someone with like 5,000-6,000 viewers who just looks like they're disintegrating. Like,
yeah, of course.
it was just not healthy.
No.
For mental, physical, like well-being, it's just not. Yeah.
I can't even. What's amazing about what you've just said, like that whole 5-10 minutes probably, was so many people don't see that. So many people go, oh, I just got on Twitch for 5 minutes, and they just watch you for a bit, and then they get on with their life. But you're still there now. You're still going for another 10, 15 hours or whatever.
Well, this is the thing, like,
and nobody actually sees the behind the scenes stuff. It's the same with a lot of YouTubers. Like, I know a lot of people that put so many hours in, and they're uploading twice a day, probably long YouTube videos or something.
Yeah.
It takes so much time, and then people go, oh, they're making money online. Oh, get a real job. So I understand it's not hard labour. It's not lifting and digging and all
mentally,
that.
though.
But my God, they put the hours in. The successful people, they put the hours in.
Like, it's not just this, right? This is what it looks like, and then you guys see the 15-minute video, hour-long video, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
The editing, the promotion.
I'm gonna go a couple of hours. I'm gonna watch this loads of times whilst I'm editing to chop to you, chop to me, chop to you, chop to me.
Exactly, and people.
I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love doing it.
Yeah.
Because that's why I'm doing it. I love doing this. I'm not getting paid a penny. Right, for now anyway. No, but I love doing it. I'll be there like, oh my God, I can't wait to upload this.
Yeah.
But when people are doing it every single day, and it's like, how do you mentally do it?
Yeah, so it was really different at the beginning, right? Like I said, I was still working at the time. So the way it would look is like Monday to Friday for sure. I would finish work at 5, rush home, have my dinner at 5:30. 6 o'clock, I'm live, bang.
Yeah.
And that was great. Stream for 4-5 hours, back to work in the morning.
This is just a hobby.
Just a hobby. But all day at work, all I'm thinking about is I can't wait to stream. I love it. I'm obsessed. And then obviously I got made redundant, so I took it more seriously. And I was like, right, okay. Like, I need to be involved in more circles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there was a guy called Tubasuki, right, who was streaming with Castro at the time. He got his break through Castro. He used to go to his house and stream together. They both lived in Chicago at the time. And then one day I jumped into his stream, and he noticed me straight away. And he was like, Grk God, I've been trying to contact you, dude. And I was like, what? You know me?
Yeah.
Why'd you know me? At that point, I realised I'd had more of a presence than what I thought I did.
Yeah.
That raid from Castro, people realised how sincere and genuine I was, and they loved me from that.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was we became like a stream team, should we say?
Yeah.
Like, we'd stream together. We'd done our own series where we'd stream twice a week together on each other's channels. We'd share the viewers, and then we decided, you know what? We had a couple of others on board. So it was 4 of us, which would basically agree that we'd never stream at the same time.
Yeah.
But because I was the crazy person, I just wanted to stream all the time. So when we had an empty gap, I was always filling it.
Yeah.
For example, I'd watch Tuba. I'd stream, let's say, from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 p.m. Castro would then go live.
Yeah.
As soon as Castro finished his 4-hour stream, Tuba would go live. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting a message on Discord from Tuba saying, Chris, I'm finishing in 10 minutes. Make sure you're set up. And I'm like, It's 4 a.m. I can't say no though because he's got 400 viewers. And at that point, that was my income.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm ready to go again. But guess what? That means not only do I stream at 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., I'm streaming from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m.
How are you doing 12 hours? That's insane. 4 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah, and then Castro's live again, then Tuba's live again, and then I'm live again. And I have to be active in Tuba's chat and Castro's chat, because otherwise...
Yeah, no one knows who you are.
No one knows who I am. So I'm not sleeping.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it was crazy.
So, did you ever meet Castro?
Do you know what? I was gutted. Like we always said, like he said to me when he was coming to a Manchester United game, he was a big Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
For me to meet him, we didn't unfortunately cross paths. Although that was a plan from both of us. I've spoken to him loads of times, like just on like Twitter DMs and in a Discord call. But one thing I did do was like to show my token of appreciation. Like there's something on FIFA called Foot Draft.
Yeah.
You know Foot Draft?
Yeah. You ever pay 15,000 coins or
300 FIFA points?
Yeah.
You build a team. If you got to win 4 games in a row, it's like a mini tournament with the team that you build. So Castro used to win them all the time.
Yeah.
So I had this replica, real size WWE Heavyweight Championship belt.
Yeah.
So I went to like a jeweler's and I was like, I want a plate made for this saying Castro.
That's amazing.
Castro. And I don't know how much I paid. It was quite a lot. I shipped it to his house. Just to say thank you for like the host and the raid.
That's amazing.
Like you've changed my life. Like at that point, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And like there was even like gifts now of him holding up the belt and that's the belt. Like, and
that's
like,
so cool.
That meant so much to him because nobody's ever done that for him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And for me, it was just like my way of saying thank you. Like.
Yeah.
And I wrote him a message. I wrote him a note and. Like he read it out on the stream, and I don't think he realised it choked him up a little bit because I said about, you made me laugh and stuff. I told him the story, and then after that he just contacted me, and we just stayed friends ever since.
Fair play.
Yeah.
See, you guys have said at the beginning of the podcast, like the nicest guy ever.
But yeah, so yeah, like I had some great memories, memories with it.
So have you got any tips for like up and coming content creators, people that are thinking about getting into Twitch? Obviously don't go crazy at it.
Yeah. So I would say if I had to say 3 things which I think is really, really important to follow, the first thing is have a structure.
Yeah. Like
make sure you know what you're doing when you're doing it. That's really, really important. The second thing is do it for the love. Yeah. Because the reality is 1 million people can try to become a content creator. Yeah. 999,000 won't make any money from it. So if you genuinely love it, do it for the love. Yeah. If you're trying to get rich quick, it won't work. People will see straight through you. Yeah. But the most important thing is just have fun. Yeah. Because the moment you're not having fun, what is the point? Like, literally. Genuinely, what is? Because you will invest more brain power and more time and more hours into doing this than a 9 to 5. Yeah. That is the reality of it. So you have to love it. And if you realise you try it and you're not loving it, stop.
Yeah, it's not for you.
It's not for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I've stopped and started because I've always had the passion of it. And it's not like, oh, I want to be a famous, rich YouTuber. It's I always remember that I fell into video making. I was in New Zealand and I had an iPad and I went to Hobbiton where it was filmed, and I literally just like filmed like different in my head. I was like, if I take loads of pictures here, I'll probably never look at the pictures ever again. If I make little video clips,
you're probably watching back.
Yeah, but in my head I was like, I'll watch those video clips back. Yeah. And then like I was watching them back and I went, I wonder how I put them together. I had no idea. I'd never done it in my life. And then on my iPad I had iMovie. So I was like, oh, you just drag them all together and now it's just one long video. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, you can cut a bit. And then I was there for like, God knows, like 6 hours on like half an hour footage or something. Just like...
We all do it.
No, but like, it was done 1,000 times. I'd finished the video 1,000 times, but I was like just teaching myself how to edit on iMovie because I was like, wow, I can change the effects on this bit. I can move it to the... And it was all brand new to me. And so from there I was like, I want to video something else. And I vlogged going to like America and go on a holiday. I'd vlog it all the time. But then I'd come back home I went to work, and I was like, I haven't got anything to vlog. I'm not going to vlog going to dig a hole. It's the fun of the vlog is the travel.
Yeah, sure.
So I was like, I just like, all of a sudden, it's been like 2 years since I did a vlog, and then I was like, I want to make videos again. I love making videos. So then I would force myself, and I'd be like reacting to something that I'm like, oh my god, guys, ha ha. And I watch it back, and I'm like, oh, who the hell was that?
Yeah.
And it's because
it's not real, right? It's not real content.
Literally, I just want to make a bit of content to edit.
Yeah.
So I was just creating trash to have something to edit, and loads of time, like I've made countless videos that haven't gone anywhere, that have just stayed on my old laptop, and I was like, I had so much fun editing that, so much fun, but no one's ever gonna see that, and it's weird that. Yeah, maybe if I uploaded them, I would have been a famous YouTuber by now. No, but yeah, so I got into this because I was like, you know what? I'm 30 at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to like be hitting 40, but I never tried it again, because I tried this in lockdown, and I got sick of just reacting to stuff. I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, I'm gonna react to this today, and. Yeah, because I was in lockdown and I couldn't do it.
For the sake of it.
For the sake of it, yeah. So now I'm like, I want to make stuff I'm interested in. So like I've done stuff about America because I'm obsessed with America. Sure. Like, my wife is American, for Christ's sake. But yeah. Anyway, back onto yourself. So you finished Twitch for your own health, obviously. And you took a 2-year break until you came back on social media?
Yeah, like... I kind of like tried to stay involved in the community a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also realised I needed to focus on work and real life, and I was just like, like 2 years was like...
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 years of like 27 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old break, right?
Yeah. It goes so fast. And then, so you came back, you didn't go back to Twitch though?
No.
You started a podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was that called?
There's a Grk God Gaming Podcast.
Grk God Gaming Podcast.
Yeah.
Nice. And is that still available? Still on Spotify?
So you can listen to it Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a completely different like.
So tell us about that. And so what was different from that to Twitch? Even though I know it's not live, but
that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah. But was it the same sort of content or?
Yeah. So it was
guests.
It was all around. Esports, streaming, mainly FIFA. Like I had a couple of others. I had like a pro Fortnite player on there, and then I had like a female esports member, who dabbled in different games, but she was a content creator. I believe now she's sponsored by, what's the energy drink, like the powdered one that all the gamers use. It's like the biggest.
No idea.
Anyway, she's like a
this isn't sponsored, so we can't talk about it.
One day. Yeah. Anyway, she's got like loads of. She's massive now, but she came on there, but it's basically just a chat.
Yeah.
I never planned anything. I had a couple of bullet points and a couple of the same questions.
Yeah.
That I'd always ask. Like light-hearted questions, which I might end up asking you in this podcast.
Okay.
So I might twist that on you, but
okay. No, I mean, you have experience. You have more experience than I do in podcasting.
So, but yeah. So this is weird. Me like role reversal, but it was just a chat. I was just people that I was really interested in, and I thought they had interesting stories.
Yeah.
So a real different group of people, but like the big core of them was FIFA related, because that was what my audience was, right? And I was really fortunate, right? I started it in the lockdown as a hobby. Like I never did it to make any money. I didn't make any money. It wasn't for that.
Yeah.
It was pure enjoyment and just to be able to have another release. Essentially, I had a purpose. I was on furlough. I wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
You're all just locked in your house. It was like having a conversation for an hour and a half with somebody that you haven't had the conversation with. And I've made some great friends off the back of that, and I still speak to some quite regularly.
Yeah.
Which is really, really nice. But yeah, like awesome people. Like some of the people could have charged like thousands to do an episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
But they were just like, we'll do it. I was like, really? And they're like, no, we'll just come on. Like, we don't want any money. Like, we know you're not making any money from it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You so, name drop?
Yeah, I can do. So guy called Brandon, who's like the voice of FIFA. He's like the
Right.
biggest FIFA esports commentator.
So esports isn't like my.
Esports is like professional, competitive sport.
Yeah, I just mean I don't know
gaming.
I don't know many of the creators because I haven't dabbled in it. But
so yeah, he came on.
viewers might know.
Yeah, so a guy called Brandon, real genuine guy, young as well.
Yeah.
Like he went to uni to do journalism. Like he always wanted to be a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
Started like a tournament at uni, right?
That's like,
FIFA tournament at uni.
that is so insane.
And then, and it was like, nothing will ever come of it, but we'll work towards it. He become obsessed with it. Then all of a sudden, EA, like who make FIFA, put a poster looking for commentators.
That's mad.
Sent off this video, then got like a short part in like a tournament. Next minute, every single competition. I looked at my Facebook, like I'm friends with him on Facebook, scrolling through. He's currently in Sweden doing the Champions League. So the FIFA Champions League tournament.
That's insane,
so
isn't it? Like how much people's lives have changed from gaming.
Oh, massive.
It's unbelievable.
Like another one, like again, they were all amazing. So I don't want to miss anybody out, but
Yeah.
my pinnacle, and I always said it from day one. Me watching FIFA esports, like FIFA 16 and 17 were like the years I really started watching it, and the household name was a guy called Gorilla.
Yeah.
Young lad. He won what's called the FIWC Championship. It was like FIFA Interactive World Cup.
Yeah. There's just
Right?
the World Cup of FIFA.
The World Cup of FIFA in 2017, and he won it. And I was desperate to get him on. Desperate.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me one day and he goes, I've seen a few of your episodes. Yeah, I love it. Like, can I come on?
That's insane.
And I
man.
messaged him before I started it. And he's like, I'll have a think about it. Do a couple and let me know. And he was brilliant. Like, he was brilliant. Everyone I had, like all different content creators, brilliant. The problem was, I did 7 episodes. I loved them all. I just didn't know how I could go any further.
Yeah.
I almost got my satisfaction out of it.
Yeah.
In a selfish way, I was like, this is a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like, hit massive peaks. Like, the episode with Gorilla had, like, I think now over 500,000 plays.
Well, on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's insane. I can't believe you walked away from that.
Yeah, because, like, it was just enjoyment for me.
Yeah.
I got my enjoyment out of it. Like,
Yeah.
I did it for, like, 7, 8, 9 weeks. Like, loads of preparation beforehand.
Yeah.
When I got some cool mics and stuff like that. And obviously, remember at the time, everything was virtual, right?
Yeah.
So you weren't sat there interacting.
Like this, like face to face.
Yeah. We're literally sat on a Discord call and recording it through OBS and hoping that it sounds great.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do with these guys, considering you're not paying them, is be like, mate, can you come back on another call?
Yeah, because it didn't sound very...
Exactly. So we had all sorts of technical problems.
Yeah.
Someone, I don't want to mention his name, but I know full well it was eating Doritos while we're going on. Like, do you know what I mean? And like, I get it. He's a streamer. He's a competitive player. He's probably got no time, but he said he'll do this.
Yeah. And
I can hear crunching. And I know full well he loves Doritos, so you are as well. But,
amazing.
But yeah, short period, but it was great. Like, it was good fun, and it was great for people, like, for learning and stuff like that, to learn about the podcast.
Yeah. So how did you go about, like, reaching out to them? How did you contact them? Did you like their business emails or something?
No,
or?
I'm relentless with stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could imagine I'm a pretty forward guy, right? I just slide into their DMs, message them on Twitter.
Yeah, just keep going.
I was really fortunate, like, because it's one of those things, right? If you do something with one person that's successful, other people notice it, right?
Yeah.
I still had a presence.
The first one is difficult. Yeah.
So the first one was with a guy who, funny enough, he made my intro music, which is like my little jingle at the beginning.
Yeah.
Guy that I know, he was a competitive Fortnite player. Fortnite was huge at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I really want to do a podcast. He's like, what are you going to call it? I'm like, the Grk God Gaming Podcast.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, original.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't we do a trial run? Why don't you be my first guest?
Yeah.
And it actually just went really well.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to post it.
Yeah.
And then I got the second one on and the third one on, and I was just like, yeah,
this is fun.
This works.
Yeah.
The problem is, of course, when it's virtual, it's not like it should be that. Can we do Tuesday at 2:00?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not. It's like Chris or Greek, or whatever they used to call me, 15 minutes before. I've got to go live. I've got to stream. I've got to edit a video.
Yeah.
I'm not enough time. So you're chasing and chasing and chasing. Then you realise the more you chase, the more you're going to piss them off because you're not paying them.
No, of course.
They're doing this to help you out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, guys, I got a video coming out every Tuesday and Sunday. Maybe the Sunday one's not going to come out now.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had my enjoyment out of it. It might become a bit less enjoyable now. I'm chasing loads of people and finding the right people.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I loved it. Like, I'm going to call it there.
So obviously you interviewed 7 guests, but have you met anybody face to face? Like.
Yeah, great question. So not necessarily in the podcast days.
No.
I went to a couple of events.
Yeah.
I suppose the one that stuck out to me, I went to Reading Festival in 2019. Great event. Like, went with my friend and a couple of cousins from London.
That's not a YouTube event, right?
No.
That's just literally just the festival.
Yeah, just a festival, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, we go there. We're really fortunate we get VIP tickets. So we have like a separate camping area. There's like a VIP bar behind the stage. It's really good.
Yeah.
So anyway, we set up our tent. First night, we go and have a little look around. There's not much going on, no music. We come back to our tent, and I was like, whose tent is that? Right on top of ours.
On top?
Yeah, literally like, there's no room.
Yeah.
So I'm having a look, and I'm like, why does he look familiar?
Yeah.
And I looked at my mate, Lewis, I go, is that JaackMaate?
JaackMaate?
Yeah. And literally, we were here, sat at the side, having a beer, and JaackMaate and a group of their lot was sat there. And I can confirm he had a great time.
Did you speak to him?
Yeah. We had a good chat.
Yeah,
a big group of them.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good laugh.
How did
really
you go about? Did you speak to them? Yeah. Were you like, right, JaackMaate, or?
No, just like, right, yeah,
cool.
played. Of course you do.
Yeah.
You know me, Grk God.
Yeah.
I know you know me, Jack. No, not at all. Like, yeah, I just went over. Like, by the way, love your videos. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We had a good chat. He's like, and you always do the thing like when you're in like a VIP area. How are you in here? Why are you in here? So everyone does it. It's just natural. So it's, how'd you get your ticket, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we have a little chat and whatever. And yeah, but like we spoke to each other like quite a lot. Obviously, we're literally on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like he could probably hear me snoring from his tent. Like,
it's that close.
But yeah, really nice guy. Met a couple of others. Cal Freezy I met.
Yeah.
Had a good chat with him.
Where did you meet him to?
So I was invited to like an event. I can't remember the name. I think it was called Upload.
Upload event. Yeah, I remember that.
Hosted by the Sidemen.
Yeah.
Went to that and just got like really fortunate. Like all the Rebel FC guys were there. Like get to mingle with them. Can you remember Maverick Wolf?
No. When you say Maverick, I just think of Logan Paul. But you want that.
Yeah. And so there's Maverick and Wolfie. They're two that like they used to be again FIFA commentators. Had a good chat with them. Mingled with them, and like we just like realised like we met each other like online previously, and so it's like almost putting a face to a name, although we've seen each other before. We know we are actually meeting for the first time. Met a couple of members of Sidemen. PIEFACE I've met.
Oh yeah, he's massive Twitch streamer now.
Yeah, but so like,
is there any? You don't have to name drop them if
beef.
Like any that you're like, oh, he's a bit of a dick.
Well,
or are they all like sound?
So Pi never liked me initially. I think Pi never liked me.
Well, he knew of you on
Twitch, right?
Yeah.
And then one day, I never forget it. Like,
hang on, is this like a bit of beef going on?
No.
You're gonna come
this year.
Are you gonna come back into the game and beat up?
It's funny you say that. I'll tell you a story about
match.
I'll tell you a story about PIEFACE, but and I'll never forget. Like, so he was watching a channel who raided me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget. It was one Sunday. I was exhausted. I got raided by one guy for 800. And I'm like, oh my god, I was just about to go off.
Yeah.
They're like, no worries, man. If you're going off, pass your views to someone else. In about 10 seconds, I got raided by somebody else by 1,000. So now I'm sat there with like 4,000 or 5,000 viewers, and I'm like, yeah, I can't go off.
I can't pass that off.
I can't go off. So I'm just sat there chilling, and PIEFACE was in one of the raids.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me after, and he's like, "You're actually alright. Like, I thought you were a cock."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why?
Yeah.
What have I done? Like me, host me, raid me." Like, and anyway, like, I'm in London at Christmas. I stream on Christmas Day from like a moderator's house, right? And that tickled me. Lived in London, round the corner from my relatives. So I went to his house. I was like, "Yeah, can I stream from your house?" He's like, "Yeah, of course." Set it up. So I took all my setup there. The day after, I'm just playing FIFA Ultimate Team Weekend League.
Yeah.
And the hashtag kit comes up. Hashtag's an esports team. Only limited people got that kit on FIFA.
Yeah.
I see the badge Plymouth and I'm like, it's PIEFACE. PIEFACE. So anyway, I played him and I beat him. Right? Yeah. I didn't realise he was streaming at the time. I've got, literally, before the game's even started, I've got a tweet. He's tweeted me, like on his wall, at Grk God Gaming. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I think I beat him 4-0. So I just jumped straight into a stream and said, like game mate, if you didn't have all those fucking icons, I would have beat you, this, that, the other. And I'm going, alright mate.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. It's the day after Christmas. It's Boxing Day. Live a little. It's fine. It's a game of FIFA.
Yeah, but he's also entertaining, isn't he?
Yeah, of course.
You get it.
Of course.
Yeah.
But really nice guy. Real nice guy. And well done on his weight loss transformation as well. Because he lost so much weight. That's amazing.
Yeah, didn't he?
I need some tips on that. He's done well. I'm 30 now. It's hard to lose weight at my age.
Yeah.
But yeah. Met loads of nice people, mate.
Yeah. Amazing. So do you think you'll ever come back to podcasting, or is this a step in the door for you to think you know what, maybe I'll give it another go?
As much as I love you, and it would be a great inspiration, I've got a great job now.
Yeah.
I'm near 30. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It's one of those ones, never say never.
Never say never, yeah.
Never say never.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, you're always welcome to come back on it if you just want to have a
I'll
chat.
be every week now, guys. Don't worry. Get used to my face.
So as you just touched on it there with your job. How's life now? Off of social media. I mean, you're still on social media, but
it's amazing. It's amazing. My sister went on to have another child now, so I've got a little nephew.
Oh, amazing.
So I spend a lot of time with him, or as much as I can.
Yeah.
I've got a really great job, which takes up a lot of time, but it really drives me, and off the back of that, I'm just progressing and managing to earn good money to set myself up, buy a house, stuff like that.
That's amazing, because a lot of people, especially you had a good run at it.
Yeah.
You realise that it was unhealthy, and you got a good job now that you're not I want to go back to that.
Yeah,
you had a great time with it.
I can honestly say I can wake up in the morning, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, I can't wait to go to work.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and if you can find that in life, then you're winning, because you spend more of your life working than not. So find a job which you enjoy.
I go through work, and I can't wait until 8 o'clock tonight. I can come out here and make videos.
Sure.
Which kind of sounds like what you were saying with the Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just need to make sure I structure it properly to keep myself healthy, obviously.
That's a good thing about making videos, right? If you need a break, you can just put it down.
The good thing about it is if I structure it well and I record 5-10 videos, then I just edit them at my own leisure. Then I don't have to kill myself every night.
What you don't know, guys, this is part of a 76 episode series that we're all editing tonight.
Yeah, literally. So, is there any? This is a weird question, but.
Go
on. What should I ask you that I don't know enough to ask, if that makes sense? So, is there something that I might not know to ask that could be cool? That a good question?
It's a great question.
So something about...
Great question. Something about...
So I have something I don't know about you. Obviously, we're mates.
Yeah.
But what don't I know about you?
Oh God, I'm trying to think of something light-hearted. I'm sure there's a lot of things that
I know about Amsterdam, so let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Great time, by the way. Yeah, that's a great time.
Let's move on. Yeah.
I'll think of that. I'll ponder on that one. Maybe that's for episode 2.
Yeah, literally. Right.
It's a great question, by the way.
Right. Yeah, so I got you kind of content creating in general, done with it?
For now.
Alright. Well,
I love this, by the way.
Yeah?
I love this. This is great, this is fun.
What do you think of the
love it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know, but this was a workshop I never used. I had like a workbench right here, and I could walk through like a little walkway here. I could barely move in here.
I'm not gonna lie on you though, 'cause I'm a bit of a fanboy. I've watched a couple of your videos.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, mate.
So yeah, I've heard that.
You've heard me say that.
Yeah. But no. The reason why I love this is I know like I can go home tonight and like, that's me done.
Yeah.
But I haven't got to worry about the editing and stuff like that. And,
Yeah. Perfectly.
But yeah, like because like. And I take my hat off to you. You're in that mode that you're doing long hours at work, and you're coming in, you're doing all of this. Because you are as obsessed as what I was when I did it.
Yeah.
I haven't got that obsession. I haven't got that bug anymore.
Yeah.
I've got that for other things. You know.
I completely understand where you're coming from as well. Because obviously, as you know, I did TikTok, and I was obsessed.
Oh, you were.
And I went straight up to 100k. Like.
Can I just make a point on the TikTok thing?
Yeah.
I never forget, we're in a bar, right?
Yeah.
We're in a bar, and Dan is, you can tell, he's like looking around, what can I make a video on? And the next minute, there's just a coin, and he's literally just spinning a coin, recording it. He's like, that looks really cool in slow-mo. Next minute, music on it, TikTok is made.
Yeah, but you remember as well, I was like flipping the coasters onto the pint.
I remember.
Yeah.
I absolutely remember. Yeah, so yeah, you were absolutely obsessed. And do you know what? It's the same as me. Like, I never forget, I went to my friends, like, my friends had their wedding, and they had like a party at the Royal Hotel, like in our hometown. And I literally went, gave them their present, like, and I was like, I got to go. And they're like, you go in the stream? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, listen, we admire it. Because like, I was streaming all day. And some of them used to watch me because it got to the point where, not from me telling them, it's just they used to watch FIFA, and all of a sudden it's like the number one FIFA streamer in the UK was me. Like, I was the top one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, man. Like I had the most amount of viewers when I was live on loads of occasions. And
Yeah.
so like they would just come across me and like, that's Chris. Like,
yeah.
What? We didn't even know he streamed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I was like, I was there for an hour.
So Chris, you're Greek God?
Yeah, genuine. But yeah.
Class. Yeah, well, yeah, as I said, I know what you mean because I was obsessed with TikTok. But in my head, I was like, I want to hit 100k. Yeah. And that's kind of like you said with your podcast. You wanted to interview Gorilla.
Yeah.
And I hit 100k. And I can't explain how much of an anticlimax that was. Because this is before the creator fund and everything. Like, I didn't earn a penny forever through TikTok. It wasn't for money. It was because I loved doing it. But then in my head I was like, could I hit 100k? That seems like impossible.
You always set yourself that challenge, right?
And I hit it, and I went, cool. My life didn't change in the slightest.
Yeah.
That's me done then. And it was literally that. It was like I'd done what I set out to do, and maybe I should have said I want to hit 1 million, but I was like I'm done now. And I was lucky that I met Sarah through it, so I only had 600 followers when I met her, so my TikTok was secondary to my relationship with her.
Well, you got the prize.
Exactly. Yeah. So
you got the best prize you could ask for.
So I was like gaining all these followers. I was like, that's fun, but also I'm going to America in a minute to meet up with Sarah again.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and spend Christmas Day in New York. Like,
amazing.
So TikTok was just in the background.
Yeah. Coasting along while you blossom in this relationship with your future wife, essentially.
Yeah. I can't believe it's 3 years ago.
I know.
3.5 years ago.
Mad.
Insane.
Absolutely mad.
But mate, I'm gonna just say thank you so much for coming on. Like, I know that you're done with, like, for now anyway, content creating. So appreciate you coming in and telling the stories, because it was really fun. Don't know how you felt. Was it fun for you?
It was great.
Yeah.
But before we end, I want to ask you one question, which I used to ask on my podcast.
Okay.
I
have never been on a podcast, so I've never been asked a question before.
Well,
so I'm nervous. Yeah.
So, right, you're having, let's say the new FIFA came out, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're an avid FIFA player.
Mm-hmm.
The new FIFA came out.
I got FIFA 22, so yeah.
Perfect. You only bought that because you yours coming on. Yeah. No, And your mum comes up to you in your room and you're playing and you've been playing for 8 hours and she goes,
I'm living with my mum now.
Yeah, you're 14.
Okay,
you're
okay.
14-year-old boy. She goes, I'm going to the shop, what snack do you want? Now you're allowed one snack and one snack only.
Cornetto.
One more cornetto.
Have you seen Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
Cornetto. What do you want? Cornetto. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a cornetto. Throw that back in. What's your favourite cornetto? The strawberry ones. The strawberry's a class.
Yeah, you can't.
You still got that little chocolate
at the bottom. The cone.
I want one now. Yeah. We're gonna end this right now and go get a cornetto.
If there's anyone out there who can come up with some keto cornettos, I'm your man.
Yeah.
I will back that.
Right, I'm gonna finish with just two light-hearted questions.
Go on.
So, first one, what's your favourite month?
Do you know what? My birthday's in July and it's the height of the summer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say December.
Why? Christmas?
2 weeks off work, to recharge your batteries.
Yeah.
Christmas. All my relatives live in London, so normally we go up to London or they come down to us. There's 30 of us together. It's really nice. And also, everyone's happy at Christmas. I appreciate, it's a time to grieve people that we lost who can't be with us.
Yeah.
But, yeah, December.
It's the one time of the month.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
One time of the year that just everyone is celebrating the same thing. Yeah. Even if you're not religious, it's just, alright, it's Christmas.
And maybe to answer your question that you asked me earlier that we didn't come on to, Love Actually is one of my favourite films, which is a bit wet. I know. And nobody knows out there. Don't judge me. And that's a Christmas film, so we'll go with December.
Alright.
Fine, man.
Yeah, December. Yeah. Alright, we'll lock that one in.
Thanks.
And the last question then. If you could go back in time and speak to 10-year-old you, what advice would you give him?
Put that chocolate down, kid.
That's a fantastic answer.
It's like I thought about that, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, probably don't eat that much. I'd probably tell him about the birds and the bees a lot earlier than what I found out myself.
Amazing.
No, just I don't know. Probably, by the way, when you're 16 and you can legally do the lottery, the numbers on that day is
great one. Oh wait, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Been a pleasure. Honestly,
amazing.
I loved it.
Class. Right, thank you for watching, and make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, mate.
Peace.
Oh, man.
How was that?
That was cool.